carrying her and then fell again. That was the funniest part.
There was a bag on the floor, I think.
It was a bag on the floor?
He slipped on it.
I heard from some of the football players when I cheered here that they thought we didn't go to school here.
So I'm gonna keep it real. When I was a senior in high school, Danielle was my woman crush Wednesday.
So this is what I gotta say. You have my number. You know, I know the coolest ice cream spot in Westwood.
How's it going, everyone? I'm Kevin Wei. I'm a student here at UCLA, and I'm teaming up with my friend Bolu Olorunfunmi, number 4 on Bruins football, aka the running back who vaulted over a defender into the end zone, and together we're bringing you a lot of original content. Every week, we'll share a perspective in a day in the life of a Division I football player, from working out in practice, to going to class, to living in the dorms. We want to accurately share the student-athlete experience and give you an inside look into college football, a look that many students and fans haven't seen before. This is Day in the Life of a UCLA football player.
Hey, what's up? It's Man World Peace. If you're a high school kid trying to get into college, or even a community kid at a JCC trying to get into college, you have questions, concerns about what it takes, the experiences, go to collegekevin.com and he'll answer all your questions.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Kevin Wei. Today I'm here with Bolu, and we have a special guest, Sports Illustrated Cheerleader of the Week and former UCLA Cheerleader, Danielle Alvari. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. And today we're gonna go in on the game day experience, what happens before the game, during the game, after the game, and just give you guys like that look, not only from a player's perspective, but also from a cheerleader's perspective. First off, Bolu, do cheers actually work? So imagine you're a linebacker, right? Like, and you hear defense. Would you go back to the huddle and tell the guys, all right, squad, I know we're down, but all we gotta do is play defense. I'll go thank the cheerleaders later.
Don't feel pressure because I'm here.
Honestly, they help. If the Rose Bowl wasn't lit, it wouldn't really be. It would be kind of like like my high school games when there's only like 500 people in the stands, and maybe you hear your mom, but it's like all you just hear is a lot of noise. And especially on defense, when you hear the noise, that means it's like this is lit.
Eldridge, you want to say hi? Yeah. What's up?
I'm saying, what's the website? Who's
It's on my YouTube channel and Bolu's.
hello?
Yeah. I'm gonna go talk to him real quick. So did you graduate this year or what's?
I just graduated.
You just graduated right now?
Yes.
What degree did you get?
So, no, gender studies.
Gender
I
studies?
still haven't picked up my degree.
And you got signed to the Saints?
Yeah, Saints.
What was that whole situation like?
A few teams that called for a free agent. I felt like my best opportunity was with the Saints.
Your parents were around, your family was around?
No.
Oh,
I
no.
was actually asleep when they called.
You were asleep?
I was in the bed, yeah.
At Westwood?
Yeah, in my apartment. Called.
And do you remember what he said on the phone?
He was just like, do you want to be a part of the Saints? Or would you come work out with us? And I was like, yeah, I will, of course.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
I see you out here grinding, so good stuff,
Gotta
man.
get it. A day in the life of Bolu, interrupted by Eldridge.
Something that I have a hard time differentiating at UCLA
Is the difference between dance team, cheer squad, and yell crew?
We're not alone.
The whole thing.
You have that problem? I can help you guys. I can help you out. An easy way right now, obviously this is just based on how the uniforms are right now, but pretty much I think how they've been the last couple of years. If you see at football games, we wear different uniforms than we wear at basketball. But at football games, the dancers have usually white skirts, white bottoms, and the cheerleaders have blue. That's how an easy way to distinguish. The dancers also usually are wearing like a dress type of style of thing, or at a basketball game they'll wear a dress. We're always wearing two pieces because we're doing things like backflips and things that require us to have things that have movement, and we can't have dresses going over our heads. Yell crew usually wears their rugby, and now it's more of like a soccer jersey. And the dancers dance. It's pretty straightforward, right? Yeah, the cheerleaders, we're the ones doing the stunting, flipping, that kind of thing. Exactly, yeah, more or less.
All that.
More or less, yeah. And yell crew.
Wait, show us how it's done. Like, you have sneakers on, right?
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm a little old.
We're doing it. Send it, Danielle. Do you remember like any of the moves?
I actually get like panic attacks when I hear the fight song now. I'm like, where are my palms? Yeah, because it's like we have a summer camp too, and we just get it drilled in our head. So it's like, yeah.
That was cool though. No warm ups.
I still have panic attacks.
Is there anything else that you remember?
Well, what's weird is for 8 claps for us, we don't do the claps.
How do you clap?
We are always doing this because we're leading the crowd.
With the palms.
Yeah, so we don't actually do the claps. So now when I go to games, it's like hard. It's hard for me to do regular 8 claps, and it stands out if you do the wrong one because we have a yellow palm and a blue palm. So if you're
Always
wrong,
coordinated.
yeah, if you're wrong, you stand out. So, summer camp, we're doing it like 1,000,000 times. So
You do it 1,000,000 times, but you can't get like the 8 clap to be on cue every single time?
it is on cue.
Because you guys will be doing 1, 2, 3, 4, and the crowd will just be like 1, 2.
Well, I don't think that's a reflection on us. I think that's the crowd. But yeah, so Yell Crew is the ones that's conducting the cheers in the crowd, and that's simply because in high school I was a cheerleader where we're the ones leading the cheers and we're actually doing the cheering. But with the Rose Bowl, best stadium in college football, it's huge, and so we have the Yell Crew to go up into the stands and actually be able to communicate with people, because as the cheerleaders we're down on the field and we can't always get up to the top tier.
What sort of cheerleading accidents have you seen during the game that you want to share? No names, but
Accidents.
at
the
basketball.
The basketball one that was on ESPN, of course.
That was funny.
There's like 2 basketball games on ESPN a year, and that was the one.
Oh
And that was the
my
one she fell.
God.
She was totally fine. She came out and cheered. People didn't realize that. She came back out in the fourth quarter.
The funny part is how the dude was
second
carrying her and then fell again. That was the funniest part.
There was a
about
bag on the floor, I think.
It was a bag on the floor.
He
was just
slipped
was
on
trying
it.
to
No,
be the
there was
hero.
there was a mat, and well, part of the problem is that because the cheerleaders, we're not on scholarship, we're part of the alumni association, not the athletic department. So the athletic trainers at the game, I don't think they could come help her because like legally wise, right? So I don't know if that was part of it, but they couldn't come help her, and so someone had to come get her off. And so he did, yeah. And there was like cords, there's cords right there, and he fell. But she was totally fine. She was totally fine. She wasn't on like she didn't have any problems. She was
Kudos
back
to
at
her.
practice the next week, and she was out at the game cheering the second half.
It's a real trooper right there.
Yeah.
Bro mentality.
Before the game, how do you get to the games? So if it's at the Rose Bowl, I think you guys stay at a hotel beforehand. You guys go there on bus probably, or like on a private helicopter by by Under Armour. But tell me about like the whole experience getting to the game, the whole traveling thing.
So everything is like well calculated. Like literally, the coaches literally calculate the time from like when we are done eating to when we get to the Rose Bowl. That way, when we get out, we do the little broom walk. So everything is always on time. So that's another thing. And I wish it was a helicopter, but it's only a Lux bus. But those are nice too. So, but really, it's just a relaxing thing. Like everything is just like it's pretty much your day. Like you do what you have to do to get in your zone. So everybody has their headphones on. You know, at dinner, that's our last fellowship kind of thing. So like our running back table is usually sometimes, you know, we're loose, we may laugh, you know, joke around here and there, but we're still, you know, serious. You know, we know what's at hand. And really, when you get on that bus and that bus ride all the way to the Rose Bowl, it's kind of when, you know, it's like it's getting a little more, you know, more serious. It's getting to that time. And the best part about us pulling up is seeing everybody like right outside where we're about to do the little broom walk, and it's always fun to see how many people are there at the time, especially when we get out and people are like screaming, families are like
Rocking the bus.
yeah. Oh yeah, the rocking the bus is fun. I remember as a freshman one time I really thought the bus was gonna like tip over. I think we were like at Arizona, and I think Cam Judge started it, and I was like, oh yeah, let's do this. And I was shaking it too, and at that point I was like, what, had to be like 220, 225. So I was heavy as heck, pushing thing, and the bus was, I swear, like on that last hinge, just about to just tip over. But I mean, that's part of the like pre-game things we do that is fun.
So do you guys travel with the football players, or do you guys go separately with the band, or how does that whole thing work?
We do travel. We don't send our entire squad. It's usually a budget thing. But so they send, it's a guy-girl squads usually. So they send like a guy and a girl times 3. So they don't send, usually we have 10 couples. They send 3 for away games. And we don't usually send the dance team for away football games. Away basketball they travel, but we don't send them for football because our band doesn't usually travel. And if there's no band, there's no music, so what is dance team gonna do? So they send cheer, and they send mascots, and they send yell crew. And for home games though, it's everyone there. There's usually at least 40 Spirit Squad members every year, including dance, yell, and cheer. So that's who's at the home games.
So you guys are flying to away games with the team?
No, usually we fly separate.
Separately?
Except for bowl games.
Do you guys get your own chartered flight, or do you guys just travel like
No,
in
our
your
travel is
uniforms?
completely separate. Like it's a separate thing usually. And so we travel, usually we wear like our sweats and we all like match and everything. And I mean, because we're representing the university, so we make sure we match. But yeah, usually we're traveling completely separately.
At the Rose Bowl, when you guys get there, are you guys coming from a hotel, or are you guys just going straight into the tunnel and then getting ready for the game?
Well, the way it's been for the last couple of years is the travel squad comes from the hotel, and then people who don't travel, they leave game morning and get on the bus, and like I said, everything's on a time-wise, so they meet us at the hotel, and then we all, you know, get there at the same time, and then we go through the little broom walk thing, say hi to the fans, shake hands, you know, show them our game face, and then walk down to the tunnel to our locker room.
And so for away games, are you ever checking the blog, seeing what the commentaries are writing, what the Vegas odds are?
Nah.
Are you guys doing that at the hotel?
I am, because usually I have money on the games, and so I'm just kidding. No, we're all focused too. We have things to do when we're there. And actually, our game day starts 6 hours before game day. We're there.
Why is that?
We're there 6 hours. We're ready to go 6 hours before game day because we're there for the fan experience, and so we're out there doing stuff, getting the crowd going. Most of the stuff we do is pre-game, and then during the game, that's the fun part for us. That's why when I hear there's a 1 p.m. start time for a game, I'm like, they're gonna be up early. They're gonna be up early.
Yeah, so how do you guys stay so friendly? How are you smiling the whole time? How does that all work?
Years of practice. Yeah, I mean, it's not hard because usually we're not usually in enemy territory that often, except for at the SC games.
Boo.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, we're surrounded by a bunch of Bruins, and it's really cool because there's generations of Bruins that come here to tailgate and do that kind of thing. So, I mean, it's not hard for us to stay friendly usually.
So the whole 6 hours before game day thing, I didn't know that personally, but is there something else about like the whole cheerleading thing that the average fan probably does not know?
They're not on scholarship. They get into the school on their own.
Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we have to get in on our own academic merit and then try out. So when I first got here, I was a transfer student and I hadn't gotten my acceptance yet for transferring. So I was at the tryout for the first day, and the transfer acceptances weren't going out till later that week, and they're like, we love you, but hopefully you get in because you can't be on the team if you don't get in. So a lot of people think we're on scholarship, or I heard from some of the football players when I cheered here that they thought we didn't go to school here. They said, we never see you on campus. And I'm like, all the cheerleaders got in on their own academic merit. They're not on scholarship. They are raising money for scholarships right now. So my year was the first year that they got some scholarship money. I think it was like enough money to cover books for some people. And yeah, so my year was the first year I think we got a little bit of scholarship money, but it was raised on our own. We got an endowment, and that's how that happened. Otherwise, no scholarships. We get in on our own academic merit.
So I remember at the SC game when we beat SC and all the players were jumping into the stands, I lifted Eric Hendricks into the stands and he gave me his glove. What are you allowed to give away at the games to fans?
Honestly, I don't really know what the rules are, but like after the game, I just throw my gloves up. Like walking through the stands, kids are always like screaming, and just throw it up. I throw my my towel in there if I still have it by the end of the game. Some people ask for my headband, which is funny, but I throw that's gross. Too, so.
What's your favorite fan memory?
I would have to say like 2 springs ago, a kid like tried to take my helmet, and he was like, "Can I have your helmet?" I'm like, "No."
That was me.
I'm like, "You can't have my helmet. I'm sorry. I can give you a glove, but
did
you
he
can't."
Get an autograph? What did he get? Did he get anything?
I had just gave him an autograph,
yeah.
And like my helmet was on the ground, like, cause I was signing it, and he was like, "Can I have your helmet?" I'm like, "No."
At least he asked for it. Go for it.
I'm pretty sure he asked other players because that was his main goal, to come and get a helmet.
Those things are expensive.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Sorry, little bro.
That's it for part 1 of this episode. Like, comment, subscribe.
And head on over to Bolu's channel for part 2.
That's it.